This is call number 2 of the Find a Builder program. My name's Allyse Sedivy, and today we're going to be talking about how important it is to record your interactions and experiences with the people on your names list and the incredible importance of accountability. So if you go to productiveandfree.com, they give you a lot of different reasons of why writing things down, recording things is so important. First of all, one of the reasons why you want to write things down is it just helps you record everything that you're doing, everything you're giving your attention to. So gone are the days that humans can remember everything they need to do or to know. Nowadays, we constantly need to be on top of things, often too many things. And it's more and more common to feel overwhelmed or experience information overload or simply to forget what we committed to somebody. The issue here is that while information, tasks, distractions, and responsibilities keep increasing, the space in our brains and the number of hours we have in our days remain the same. Think of the files and the software programs in your computer. Instead of having all of them visible on your desktop, they're most likely tucked away into folders and labeled into categories. So when the time comes that you need to access them, you know where they are, or at least you can find them through a search box. Writing things down is a simple yet powerful way to record all that you need to remember and therefore have access to it whenever necessary. I can't tell you how many times I've thought to myself, was I supposed to have a call at this time? Or did I commit to do something? And I would go back to exactly what I've written down right next to every name on my names list. And I have that there. It's so important. Writing things down actually helps you clear your mind. Once you write everything down, you'll notice kind of a sense of relief, as if a weight was lifted off your shoulders. Even if you haven't done anything or everything on your list just yet, there's this short period of transformation in which your brain just goes from utter chaos to the first steps and stages of organization. Writing things down helps clarify your goals, your priorities, your intentions, what you need to do next, what you've committed, what you've decided against. Do you know what's more powerful than having clear goals? Is having clear goals written down. By having your goals, priorities, and intentions in front of you in writing, you're forced to literally see and evaluate each of them. Which do you really resonate with? Which things are working? Which things aren't working, right? That way we can prioritize, maybe defer some for later, put some things on number 1 priority right now. Writing things down helps you keep motivated. So no matter who you are or what you've accomplished, motivation doesn't last. You'll notice yourself pumped up and energetic and super excited about finding builders, right? And then you'll have sporadic periods only to sink back into this rabbit hole of self-doubt and fear, hesitation. And then you're in the same boat at the end of the month, again, like you were the last month. Even if you have the strongest and most relevant of goals, you need to write things down in order to maintain your resolve and remind yourself of the reason why you're doing it. Remind yourself what you've done, what you need to do, what you've committed to, right? And when you have them either on a spreadsheet, on your computer, or listed on your phone, stuck on the fridge, taped to your mirror, or jotted down in your planner, however you do it, it's best to keep your goals visible as a constant reminder. I have one leader, her name is Natalie, and she loves to write. She writes things down all the time. Every time I see her, she has this colorful planner, and she writes words that she wants to remember, and she writes goals, and she does it in different colors, and she draws on it. And this is her way of getting herself excited, reminding herself of what she needs to do and remembering what's most important. I remember going to her house, and that notebook found itself all over her entire room where she worked. It was her office, and there was sticky notes, and it just walking in made you feel I got to get to work. I'm going to do something. I'm going to achieve something today. It's awesome, right? Writing things down encourages daily progress. So before anyone tries to improve themselves or their thoughts or achieve their actions or find builders, the first step should always be to write everything down. By writing things down, you'd have a record of what you did, who you called, what you mailed, and what you committed. Also, you can record how conversations went and if your builder is progressing. This helps you reflect on what worked and what didn't. You can gauge your strengths and weaknesses and identify how you spend your time and energy. So let's get into this step by step. Now we know that recording things is really important and writing things down, right? Step number 1, we need to decide on a recording system. You have to decide how you're going to keep things really organized and how you're going to remember things, right? So you have to decide how you're going to record your calls and your texts and your emails, your personal interactions, the commitments you've made to each person on your list, maybe what you've mailed. And it's very different for every single person. So some people might like to have a spreadsheet on their computer, and that's the easiest and most effective way for them. Some people might literally have just a piece of paper and all of the people, on your names list on one side, and their, how you rated them, how you're going to contact them if they're product or business, and then simply just writing in every single interaction that you have, every call that you have, every text, what you've decided, your personal interactions, when you've committed that you would call them back or reach out to them or mail them samples, whatever it was. Some people like to just have it simply on a piece of paper, okay? I like to do it in my phone. So I go to my phone and I go to the notes section of my phone and I take notes on every single builder that I'm working with or every single prospect that I'm working with. And so I can just go back and I can say, okay, Anna. And I can go into Anna, literally I'm like pulling it up right now on my phone. And I can go into Anna and I can say, okay, I called her on this date. She wanted to have a follow-up call. I sent her some samples. This is when she had a good experience, just on and on. Or I called on this date. I asked for a referral. These were the 3 people that they referred. They texted these people. I have an appointment to call, Lydia Thursday at 2 p.m. So for me, my phone works the very best. But for people like Natalie, maybe a notebook works the very best. Maybe sticky notes. I think that's a little bit of a crazy system, but maybe that works for you. So you've got to decide on your recording system, okay? And that's simply step number 1. Step number 2, you need to record every interaction or attempted interaction for each name. This has saved me so many times. Do you know how many times I've thought to myself, I had a call scheduled for Melanie and I can't see it anywhere anywhere in my schedule on my phone. I can't find it. I have no idea when we're supposed to be calling. I'll go back to my record and I'll literally have written down there Thursday morning at 9 a.m. I'm talking to Melanie. And then I can go and put it into my calendar. And I have literally, it has saved me so many times. Or did I ever call her back? When you're working with a lot of people and when you're reaching out to a lot of people, sometimes we just forget. And when we record those things, every interaction, then we can step by step work our way through where we're at. When we go to the doctors, they have a file on us every single time we've come in, every medication that we've used, every single, interaction that they've had. Not just doctors, but many, many people keep files on every interaction. That way we just have, we just know exactly where we are. This is critical. I think so many people on this step right here, this is where they don't keep commitments. They literally just forget all the commitments that they made, or they forget a lot of people that they're working with, or it's so overwhelming in their brain that they just shut down and say, okay, this is just too much. Remember, we talked about how writing things down takes things off of our brain and kind of files it away to let our brains relax and just think about the next step, what we need to be working on next. Okay, step number 3. Take videos and record audios of your feelings and experiences along the way. So this is critical. You're going to actually use this a lot. Like for you in this program of Find a Builder, I'm using so many of my videos and my recordings that I've done so I can teach you when, as I've been recruiting day in and day out. And those recordings become so beneficial, not just to me, to remind me of how this works and why it works and the steps that I need to be doing, but to also teach other people. And this is something that you're absolutely going to use with your team and to teach them how to find their own builders in the future. So this is fun. It's important. Don't skip over this step. I know this is a step that some people are tempted to skip over, but truly this step that I did is what makes it possible for you to learn all of these things, because I have gone back to all the recordings and all the audios and everything that I've taken, and I've put this program together for you. That's going to be critical for you in your leadership with your own leaders. Okay, step number 4. Step number 4 is about accountability partners. Okay, besides, of course, writing your list and deciding, that you're going to do this program and reaching out to people, all of those things are important. But what I found is one of the most important things is to make sure that you have accountability. And we have a very specific way in the Find a Builder program that we make sure that you're held accountable so that you can succeed. But before we talk about how you're going to hold yourself accountable, let's talk about why accountability and accountability partners specifically work so well. So first of all, goals take time. It's hard work. And it's perseverance, commitment to achieve your goal, and results often don't come as quickly as you hope. So you can easily lose the motivation in the process and just totally give up. But everything changes when you leverage an accountability system. So to be accountable, all you need is a clear goal and a willingness to let others help you achieve it. So according to research, the 2 factors that effectively help people achieve the behavior change that we really want, to actually find our builders and to rank advance and all those things, become financially free, all those things that we really desire. Number 1 is incentives, and number 2 is accountability. And this is one of the things I think we don't do very well in the company, and is teaching others or holding other people accountable and putting steps in place to make sure that we're held accountable. So when you're accountable to someone or a group of people for doing what you said that you were going to do, you can easily get stuff done because you engage in the power of social expectations. Thomas Opong was the one that said this, and I think it's so true, right? Accountability accelerates your performance. The American Society of Training and Development did a study on accountability and found that you have a 65% chance of completing a goal if you commit to someone. And if you have a specific accountability appointment with a person that you've committed to, you will increase your chance of success for up to 95%. That's pretty powerful, right? So, as Stephen Covey says, accountability breeds responsibility. So how do we make sure that we're held accountable? Because sometimes people don't like to be held accountable, but if you want to reach this goal and find builders and to create a lasting residual income, you must have an accountability system. So this is what you're going to do. Step number 4, you have to find at least one accountability partner. So we found that actually if you're in a group of 3 works best, because if one person has a bad day, it's okay. The other 2 are going to still hold each other accountable. But if, usually 2 people don't have a bad day at once, but 3 seems to work best. If there's too many people in an accountability group, then people have a tendency to think, well, nobody will notice if I don't do my stuff. So find at least one, if not 2 people to be in an accountability group with you. People that are going to do this program with you. So it could be people that are sidelined to you, people that are upline to you, people that are downline to you, people that aren't even in your organization is totally fine. But they need to be going through the same steps you're doing with Find a Builder, okay? All of you are going to be on the same page. And what you're going to do is every single morning by 10 a.m., you're going to text. So this is a texting group, right? You're going to text 3 specific things that you will do that day to find builders. So for example, it could be, I'm going to call Jared and Lacey and Carol back because I have follow-up calls with them. Or it could be, I'm going to drop off these three samples to these people that I committed to. Or it could be, I'm going to call Jerry and Suzanne about giving me referrals. But you have to have 3 specific things that you do every single day, okay? Not Saturdays and Sundays, it's just weekdays, but 3 specific things that you'll do. You text by 10 a.m. in the morning. By 10 p.m. that night, you report. So you text by 10 a.m. saying, I'm going to do these things. By 10 p.m., you report if you've done them or not. And you text every weekday for 2 months. That is the length of the Find a Builder program. 2 months long. This is how long you and your accountability partners are going to be working together to meet your goals. Now, the cool, most amazing thing will happen. These accountability partners, whether they're in your team or not, whether you have any, financial benefit from them or not, they will become some of your best buddies. And they will be literally the people that help get you there. I can't tell you how many times we've put accountability systems and accountability partners together. In fact, right after this call, you can listen to a bunch of testimonials about people that feel like the accountability part of Find a Builder is the most important part. Absolutely, hands down, it's what helped them reach their goals. So find at least one accountability partner to do this program with you. Even as, a presidential diamond, a triple diamond, right? I still have accountability partners. I still find people. I was just barely in an accountability group, and we actually did it for 3 months and not 2 months, but every single day we texted the things that we were going to do that day. And every single night we texted by 10 p.m. And I'll tell you this, I get more done when I'm in an accountability group. You will get more done when you're in an accountability group. And remember those statistics, right? It jumps to 95% success rate if not only you have a goal, but you have an appointment with your accountability team every morning by 10 a.m. and every night by 10 p.m. So as a review really quickly for all of our steps, step number 1, you're going to decide on how you're going to record things, right? If it's going to be, you can decide if it's going to be on your phone or a computer. Step number 2, record every single interaction that you have with people, every single one. So you know what's going on and how to refer, and you can refer back to it and you can know where you're at. Step number 3, take videos and record audios of your feelings and experiences along the way. You can use this for training and you can use this for yourself to keep you motivated. And step number 4, find at least one accountability partner. I recommend 3 that you can text every morning by 10 and every evening by 10 p.m. Tell them if you've done your 3 specific things that day to find builders. Have a fantastic time doing this. And once you've put all of these steps into action and you've decided on these things, you've set up your recording system, you've decided how you're going to take videos and when, and you found your accountability partners, move on to the next call. I have a special treat for you right now. You can listen to 2 audios of testimonials of people that have had incredible success with accountability partners. So here you go and have fun. We'll see you on the next call.
Having an accountability partner for me has been life-changing, not only for myself, but also for the 3 leaders that we work together on. What we did was we just got into a little group, and each day we posted 5 things that we were going to do that day, and it all was things that we knew that we could handle. So it was our choice, and we were just kind of telling them what we were going to do, and then at the end, we reported back. I love this because each day was so different for me. And I knew that I was in charge of what I was going to be doing, nobody else. So if I had a lot of things going on, then the 5 things I chose were going to be a little bit easier than maybe another day that was wide open where I could choose some hard things that I could put onto my schedule. This was so freeing for me to be able to know that I could easily choose what I was going to do that day, and I wasn't off the hook just because I had a lot of other things going on. Also, being able to tell people who were kind of at the same level as me, and then reporting at the end of the day what I did, I didn't want them to think that I was a total loser or that I wasn't doing what I said I would do and that I was just following through. I love the accountability portion. For me and the 3 people that we were together with, every single one of us said that this was probably the biggest thing that pushed us through to reach our goals. I was speaking with all of them, and every single one of them said just that accountability was huge. They all know what they're supposed to be doing, but being able to put it out there for somebody else to see and for yourself to see, and then reporting at the end of the day was huge. And I think that right there is probably what most people in this business need. We all kind of really know what we're supposed to do, and we have the mentor calls, we have Allyse, we have all of this information. The action is the hardest part, and I believe that these accountability partners and following through with what we said we're going to do has been the missing piece for me in my business. And I am so glad that I had these, and I will continue them, and I will teach it to my downline, and they're going to teach it to their downline. And this is going to be epic. So thank you for teaching us this.
Hi, I'm Laura Pasternak, a Diamond Leader, and I want to share with you the value of the accountability partnership with the 10-10 texting. It was incredible, to say the least, and helped me to reach my goals a lot faster. The accountability of waking up in the morning and having a time deadline to get everything I need to do for the day, get that in writing, and those things that I know I need to do, and having the work ethic to reach my daily goals. Truly, it is baby steps, taking one day at a time and working on those action steps to achieve goals step by step, day by day. Those goals build up to achieve your bigger goals. So by the end of the day, you can look back and feel accomplished and productive. I found that the daily 10-10 accountability, what it did for me and the partnership was really get me to show up every single day, writing down my plan for that day, following through, doing those things. A little competitive, but it's more so with myself, especially on these calls. We don't compete with each other. We support each other. And you're not competing against someone else. You're doing the work for yourself and for your team. And so by the end of even just a week, I felt so accomplished and so productive. And the accountability and the partnership and the friendship built through these partnerships of the accountability calls is so valuable. I honestly believe that including accountability in anything you do to achieve goals is of utmost importance and crucial to success in achieving your goals. The 10 and 10 checking in every day works, and we just need to do it and be consistent and be happy about it and share the love of doTERRA that way.